So, this happened this week. This was my #1 wanted box. I've been looking 8 years for this, and lucky for me, after 8 years of searching, I found a private seller willing to sell theirs. They wanted $550 for it, which at the time I kind of thought was way too much for this. But apparently I was wrong, because after this auction, I feel like I don't even know what to say. So I wanted to make a video kind of discussing my opinion on this auction and overall just food product prices in general, because there has just been a drastic change in values over the past 2 years. As some of y'all know, I've been collecting Pokemon food products since 2013, so that's, going on 9 years now. At the time, collecting stuff like this really wasn't super popular. I was the only one that I knew of collecting stuff like this. So because of that, I didn't have much competition. I really didn't pay a whole lot for most of this stuff. These boxes didn't really start to go up in price until, I would say, early 2020. Literally, I had on Instagram several extra boxes I had for sale and had a hard time selling them in 2019. Here's a sales post. It was 2 Pop-Tart boxes and a vitamins box, and I was asking $35 for the 3. One vitamin box just sold for some unclosed amount of money on eBay, but it was definitely over a few $100s. And the Pop-Tart boxes have been selling for over $100, $200 nowadays from what I've seen. I got a bunch of my stuff in a lot back in 2017. I got all of my mac and cheese boxes, I got a Pop-Tarts box, and I got a fruit roll-up box for a grand total of a final bid of $35. I had to look this up in my old emails to figure out what the final price for this lot was. $35 I paid for that a few years ago. And I had no competition, did not get outbid on anything. So, I don't know what happened. I really don't. I know the nostalgia Pokemon thing hit, but yeah, I've been doing this for a long time, so it's just been interesting seeing how stuff has changed so much. But anyway, as for my thoughts for this auction, I'm super thankful that I got mine when I did. This is the first Popsicle box that I have seen for auction on eBay in the entire 9 years I've been collecting these. So that is definitely saying something in terms of rarity for these. There was one that sold at a $12 buy it now last year that I just want to cry because they spelled Pokemon wrong. So I missed it in my alerts. But anyway, I'm just trying to figure out why people are coughing up so much money for these now. Like, I'm looking at my collection, I'm just like, shit, are each of these worth like $1,000? Jesus. So let me give you some of my thoughts on this auction. I did not think it would go this high. I'm like baffled. I thought maybe 800 it would get to, like tops. Like, I would have been surprised if it got to 800. But then it hit 1,000. And then it hit 2,000. I was just like, what is happening? Oh my god. But here's the thing. I feel like these are not gonna hold that kind of value. I feel like whoever bought it is gonna have a really hard time turning back around one day and being able to get $2,000 back out of it in terms of reselling it. So, is the box worth $2,000? I don't think so. But I know people like to say, auctions determine value, and it's just like, yes and no. We don't know if these were fake show bids. This auction might end up being relisted. We'll see. Don't pay that much for a food box. Please don't. Please don't. I'm the crazed collector that's been collecting these for so long, and I'm just going to tell you, do not pay that much for a food box. Do not pay that much for a food box. Because you will have a hard as hell time trying to sell it in the future for what you paid for it. And another thing I wanted to address is how value is affected by whether or not something is sealed with food prices. So usually I don't see sealed stuff. Sealed stuff is just, not super common because people ate the stuff that was in it when it came out 20 plus years ago. And for me personally, I would not pay extra if something was sealed, just because it's kind of gross. I don't want old fruit roll-ups or old gummies in my collection or old Pop-Tarts. I know some people are probably willing to pay more or something sealed, but I'm not. I prefer my stuff to be empty. And it might cause problems in the future if you do have something sealed. Whether or not a rodent sniffs it down and chews up your box trying to get into those old Pop-Tarts. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say you shouldn't pay extra for a sealed product. My final thoughts are, do not pay $2,000 for a box, please. You will end up finding one way cheaper if you're patient enough and if you know where to look. If you do pay that much, don't think you're going to be getting your money back in the future. Because you're going to have a very hard time trying to convince someone that an empty box is worth $2,000. That's all I'm saying. So, I have a new video coming out soon. I wrote the script. I've been sick, so my voice hasn't been super great to do the voiceover, but it's getting better now. So that'll be out hopefully before the end of the month, but you guys know me. I suck at getting stuff out on time. But yeah. So don't forget to drop a like and a comment. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at MuseMe700, and I will see you guys next time.